I like your takes on the Eagles. I want to show you what I think about their draft selection. I think it was trash.
He is not going to appreciate that. Oh yeah, they're building for the future. The Packers just were in the NFC Championship. They shouldn't be drafting a quarterback for the future when they are in the future right now in the NFC Championship, capable of getting the Super Bowl.
It's gone crazy. What if he falls off next year, doesn't have a good rookie year, has a terrible sophomore year? To me, I don't really like that. Like, his potential is he's such a high ceiling. He could have a
Sam Darnold's a good quarterback.
And Joe Burrow.
I think he's played very well, and I think he just doesn't have the surrounding parts around him.
Welcome into Inside the Red Zone. New episode on Monday today. We're doing episodes Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. So yeah, we're gonna start, being good on that schedule. We'll start with news as always. You saw Bills defensive tackle Ed Oliver got arrested for a DWI, drunk while intoxicated, and gun charges. So that's fun. What the hell is wrong with all the NFL players these days? Why are they all getting arrested?
CTE.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
They're bored, honestly.
Too much time on their hands.
Mm-hmm. They need the season to start, or there'll be no one left.
Like OTAs, training camps, main training camps.
You mean I think I can say it myself. If I was making millions of dollars, I don't know how I would make these dumb decisions. But I mean, in Ed Oliver's case as well. I mean, DUI basically, and then a gun charge. I mean, dude, you have millions of dollars. Go get it concealed. Like, I don't know the whole rules, I guess, in Buffalo, if they're a city, a dry city with the guns and stuff. But, I mean, he doesn't have a felony. Huh?
In New York?
I don't know, actually, what the New York rule is on that. But I feel like you can have a concealed carry, but I may be wrong.
Because he went to college in Houston, so he's probably used to all that Texas.
Might be, yeah. I mean, I can see that. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say the gun charge is not his fault. I feel like he was like intoxicated while he was driving, so he was like, "Oh, I'm in Texas again. Just whip out my gun." In New York. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, hey, what?
If he will retire a Packer, and we kind of saw this coming when they drafted Jordan Love, but if Aaron Rodgers is not gonna retire as a Packer, where do you think he'll retire?
I wonder if it gets in the division, what happened with Brett Favre. I wonder what teams need a quarterback still.
What if he went to the Bears? Could you imagine? He wouldn't do that.
No, yeah, I don't see him going to the Bears.
I see him going out west. Maybe
Oh, yeah, like a California team, maybe.
Maybe
Jimmy G doesn't work out. 49ers, maybe.
Vegas could end up.
Oh, before our previous Ed Oliver, in New York, you are allowed to have a open carry if you have a CDI concealed carry license, which is most everywhere. So he didn't even have his license. And Houston's an open law, no license, so he probably thought he was in Houston. But second of all, I think Aaron Rodgers, man, I think we might see him in little Tom Brady color shades up in New England. I think that could be a destination point.
That would be scary.
Maybe a little Jacksonville if Gardner Minshew doesn't pan out.
Ooh, Jacksonville. Ooh. Yo, he would look nice in a Jaguars uniform. Those uniforms.
First of all, though, I don't understand the Packers, man. They had picks on picks, and instead of giving him weapons, they found worse players to replace him with. So I don't get their. They had Aaron Jones, and then they go get a running. I mean, come on, man. I don't know.
When do you see him leaving?
Huh?
When do you see Aaron Rodgers leaving Green Bay?
I don't know when his cap ends, but
Smith, and he'll play this year. Let Jordan Love learn, and he'll be out, or just whenever his contract ends.
Request a trade. You never know.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if a team would want to trade if he stays for another 2 years. I think he's under contract for another 2 years. I don't know what team would trade for him. I think he would have to go through the free agency route. Wants a quarterback that's really old, even though it's proven good. But
good right now.
I think the Patriots are the one team that we could see making a trade.
Some Patriots trade a first-round pick for Aaron Rodgers. See it happening.
I could see it. I mean, they're go mode. They're a winning team, and they're basically losing a GOAT quarterback for another GOAT quarterback.
I don't think they're a winning team. I think they're kind of starting their rebuilding process right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that.
They lost so many players in free agency this year. It's unbelievable.
With Aaron Rodgers, I think they'll be competitive.
Especially in a very weak conference.
Whoa. Bills are good.
Dolphins are good.
They're good.
I like
good.
DeAndre Baker was told not to come to team meetings by the Giants. So he's 100% getting cut, right? Do we agree on that or no? 100%?
Yeah, 100%. If the Giants don't cut him, that would be crazy. It would make headline news, because why would you keep this guy that has robbed the bank in the NFL? Like,
yeah, but Mason was trying to say that they're going to drop the charges or something. They're going to drop some of the charges. I didn't really read it.
Well, yeah, but usually what you see with these players is even if they're dropping charges or it's found out that they weren't guilty, the NFL is going to do this, or the NFL team usually does the safe option, which is release the player. They don't want any bad press, as well as they don't want their players thinking they can get away with other things while they're in the organization. They want to make a standpoint.
They don't want the baggage of DeAndre Baker on the team, like,
especially as a 2-year player.
Yeah. Oh no, last year was his rookie year. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, going into his second year, like
first round pick though.
Right? Maybe if a star player,
it's kind of like a second round pick. It's like pick 30.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Another Georgia Bulldog goes there.
All right. There was this picture on Instagram, Bleacher Report, gridiron.
Put it up right now.
Yeah, I'll put it up right there. Oh, it's around there. Willie Snead with this crazy take said Lamar Jackson. He's on the Ravens, by the way, just for the reminder of viewers. This is totally biased. He says Lamar Jackson and Hollywood Brown can be compared to Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. No, they can't. No way. Too soon. Don't disrespect the GOAT.
Yeah, that is an absolute ridiculous take I have ever seen. You're talking about a 13 Pro Bowl, 12 All-Pro team, Jerry Rice, probably the greatest wide receiver to ever play in the NFL, as well as a 4-time Super Bowl quarterback who, I don't know the specific stats, but he also goes down as a top 2 quarterback of all time between him and Brady, whatever one you want to call
the only one they could be.
But you compare him to Lamar Jackson, who lost to the Titans in the divisional playoffs, and a rookie or coming off of his rookie year wide receiver who's not even his top 15 in the class. I mean, in the draft class, but I mean top 15 in the wide receiver class in the NFL. That is a absolutely ridiculous take. They both play way different. Lamar Jackson is a dual threat quarterback, and he does nowhere near the completion percentage of Joe Montana, as well as Jerry Rice is an outside X, as well as Hollywood Brown is an inside slot. So I don't see the comparison at all. I think it's a terrible take, and Berto, I would like to hear what you say on it.
I can't believe that Willie Snead is comparing Joe Montana to Lamar Jackson. Yes, Lamar Jackson just came off of an MVP season last year, but I believe that Lamar Jackson is going to greatly not have the same stats as he had last year. I believe that he will regress in next year's season. He would be third-year quarterback next season? Yeah. I think that he nowhere near have the MVP season he had last year. I think that he might be seeing him get injured next year. And I don't want that to happen, but with him running a lot and teams having all the film from last year, and they're going to say, we got to stop Lamar Jackson from running. We got to make sure, even though that team just got J.K. Dobbins, I think that Lamar Jackson is going to greatly not improve next year. I think that he's just gonna have this MVP season. It's gonna be kind of like a Cam Newton. I see in my eyes. That he would just kind of fall off in the later years. But I hope he doesn't. I think he's a great player, but to compare him to Joe Montana is just crazy to me.
It's ridiculous. And also, like, if you want to do a comparison with the 49ers, why not use a quarterback that actually ran the ball for thousands of yards and Steve Young? Why are you bringing up Joe Montana? It makes no sense. It's a terrible take. I think it was an eye catcher to see people outraged on Instagram, to be honest. But I'm loving that we're talking about it.
We'll move on to our last little segment. We're going to debate which quarterback from the 2016 draft, if you're a GM, do you want as your franchise quarterback, between Wentz, Goff, Dak, or Jacoby Brissett, if you're a Brissett guy.
Brissett guy.
Berto, you want to lead us off? I know you're itching to talk about your guy.
See, like I'm back to forth on this. I think ultimately I'm gonna go with Carson Wentz. I think as a GM, I'll definitely draft him. With the hindsight I know about his injuries, I'll protect the hell out of him. I would make sure he succeeds in my offense. Make sure he has all the weapons he needs. Make sure he has the O-line that he needs. Make sure I'm pretty much put all the parts he needs to succeed. And he's a great quarterback. I really like him. I think that totally with the right parts around him, he could totally succeed, not get injured, and bring that team to the Super Bowl.
I'll join you with Carson Wentz. I just think that he had great years. This year was his down year. He had a 93 rating, but the 2 years before that it was 102, 101. It was only down this year because he didn't have any receivers. So I mean, I just think you put some talent around him, and he's maybe Jared Goff would be the next closest, but I think he's better than Dak. You know how I feel about Dak. I think Cam Newton's better than Dak. I think James Winston's better than Dak. I don't like Dak, but I like Wentz out of this group.
I'm gonna go my man Jared Goff at the 1, then Dak, then Carson Wentz. I mean, we're talking about Carson. Where's my ACL Wentz?
One time.
If I'm drafting and I'm keeping a quarterback for the future, I'm not going to take the guy that hasn't played a full season since dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Oh, it's played this year. This season. This was full season.
Yeah, he wasn't really there, though, was he?
It's like he wasn't there because
you got to take Jared Goff here. I mean, the numbers don't lie. This year, he threw for damn near 5,000 yards. I mean, his only bad part was his interceptions and his touchdowns went down. But that's comical because he lost all his receivers, lost Sammy Watkins and Brandon Cooks. You got Cooper Kupp, who was coming off of an injury, who played pretty well, but, showed a little bit. Robert Woods had a down year. And the greatest part about the Rams' offense was their offensive line and Todd Gurley, because it let them think that the run was coming. They could do their little play action. Todd Gurley has arthritis in his knee, and he's not there. He's not the same player anymore. As well as in ESPN, the Rams' offensive line was ranked 31st in the NFL. 31st
last year?
This year, 31st in the NFL.
Really?
How is he supposed to throw that much? How is he supposed to throw a touchdown?
What happened to him? What's he been up to? Andrew Whitworth? Didn't they sign him?
He's
Yeah, but you're tired. You're tired. Like you just retired, but
39 years old, 40.
what?
He was an old hag. Little bag
Yeah. So, and I think Jared Goff, I think they actually drafted pretty well. They got Van Jefferson, another Cooper Kupp inside kind of guy. I think, Jared Goff, he's had some struggles, but the potential was there. I mean, he wasn't compared to Aaron Rodgers for no reason. The man can make any throw in the NFL as long as he's got a supporting cast around him, and you saw that when they went to the Super Bowl. If he's got people around him, he's going to take him. Carson Wentz probably could as well, but, his ACL might not take him. So, shape it up the way. I think Dak is a second.
Wentz, then Dak. Is that how you rank them?
I'm going Goff, Dak, then Wentz.
Really? You put Dak ahead of Wentz?
Because Dak's stats are way better than Carson Wentz.
Okay, but he has better weapons around him.
Yeah. Better O-line. Like, if you to switch Carson Wentz and then Dak, Carson Wentz would have those numbers, and then Dak would.
I think if you put Carson Wentz on the Cowboys, you got a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm very skeptical because, Dak didn't come into the draft with all this hype as Jared Goff and Carson Wentz had. I mean, the dude was a 5th-round draft pick. I think he's playing to his potential and even higher than that. And I can't make an argument if Carson Wentz and him switch because I don't know what would happen. But as of now, stats included, from everything down, I'm taking Dak at 2. I just think he's played better. I know he's got better receivers and a better offensive line, but, I mean, Carson Wentz could be a Super Bowl player right now, or Super Bowl champion if he didn't – or, well, he is, but Super Bowl starting champion if he didn't, tear his ACL and have Nick Foles come to the freaking,
Yeah, but he basically brought that team to the Super Bowl.
He got him in the playoff position. He got him.
He didn't get that team to the Super Bowl. They won a freaking wild card game. Would they go 9-7 before it?
Everyone's lagged out for me.
Yeah.
Pause. All right, resume. It's better.
I was saying, wasn't the year they won the Super Bowl? Didn't they go like 9-7 or something?
Nah. I know they were 1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah. I remember that.
When did he get injured?
I don't know. Like
He got injured in the game.
in the season now.
Why are they? Oh, hold on. Eagles record 2018. Wait. 20. Hold on.
Wait, 2017.
The Rams.
2017. I was like, hold on. That's the wrong year.
You got injured in the Rams.
2018 Super Bowl was 20.
Dog. They went 13-3.
Yeah,
And they lost the last game of the regular season with Nick Foles as a starter. So they were a damn good team.
I just think I can't play the what ifs game, but I think Nick Foles is the reason they won that Super Bowl. I don't think Carson Wentz would have won that Super Bowl.
What?
Really?
I don't think Carson Wentz would have beat Tom Brady.
Are you kidding me? No way. I think if Carson Wentz was there, I think the score would be higher.
Coaching, it was – come on.
Did you see Foles' magic?
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, but
Wentz was better.
if Carson Wentz was there, he would totally do the same exact thing.
I don't think Wentz wins those games. I don't.
Carson Wentz is way better than Nick Foles.
I didn't say he wasn't better. I'm saying when it comes down to the clutch.
So you don't think he would win in that
Nick Foles
way better than his backup quarterback?
Nick Foles is Eli Manning Jr. They win Super Bowls. They win. They can't play in the regular season, but they win Super Bowls.
I mean –
That's why I'm getting Nick Foles if I'm the 49ers right now. Let's get him. Jimmy Garoppolo, God forbid, your
put him into the Super Bowl,
freaking
that's it.
head falls off or something. Let's get Nick Foles in there. He knows how to win.
All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. We'll end it at that because we're running out of time. We'll be back Wednesday. Look in the description. We got all our social media. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter and subscribe and like and all that. See ya.
And everyone remember, Berto, not my number 1 seed.
Hashtag not my 1 seed. Playoffs are starting.
I'm about to be in the playoffs.
I'll post
Hashtag not my number 1.
No. Canceled. Nope.
You haven't beat anyone in the Zoom.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. But I beat Mason. What if I beat Oliver? I'm about to beat Oliver again right after this Zoom call.
All right, boys.
We're out of here.
Got my
We're out of here.